Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. I'm just going to get some people on this live real quick and we are going to get going. I also have to open it up in my groups. So, I am super excited to be here. If you are watching it live, say hello. If you are watching the replay, comment replay. I would love to see who's watching. So, give me just a moment. Okay. Now that I have my groups open, please comment so I know I'm seeing them. So if you're on any of our social media platforms, that would be great. There we go. Thanks, Amanda. Hey, Kelly. Okay. Hey, Bobby Joe. Hey, Martina. Super excited to do this live. People have been talking about it in the Facebook group all week, how excited they are for this live and what we're going to be talking about today. And I I'm just really ready for this. So we are going to go ahead and get going. Usually I give it time to like populate and stuff, but I just kind of want to get it started. But first I would love to know where you are located. Okay. Pacific Northwest is really cool. So if you want to comment where you're located, that would be cool. We are actually going to be out that way in a couple months, I think. My stepsister is having her first baby. So good morning, Cindy. All right. Okay, let's get going. So yeah, definitely tell me where you're located. Feel free to say hello, catching the replay, comment replay so we know you're watching. And throughout this, I really do, and I say this every week, thrive on responses. So comment away. I do come back and read them all and all of that. So definitely just interact, have fun, all of that. So let's talk about it. So all week, our week has been Mindset Week. This is Mindset Week with REIW. And one of the things we are talking about is affirmations. What are they and how do they apply to real estate? Because I see it a lot that people are like, it's so weird that them as coaches, they talk so heavily on mindset. They love it. Some people love it. Some are like, oh my God, here we go again. But I'm going to tell you right now, and I say this every time, that 90% of your success comes from your mindset. It's not 80%. It's nothing like that. It's 90%. Give me 1 second. Sorry, my dog is not a fan of being kenneled, but she was being really crazy, so I had to put her up for a second. She loves kenneled on her own terms, but she was just going nuts. So I had to give it a minute. So mindset is so incredibly important here, okay? And I'm telling you right now, I work with a lot of women. I work with a lot of women that um, they're saying it's getting out of their own way. It's fears. It's what they're worried about. It's confidence in themselves. They feel they need to know everything before they move forward, and then they stress over what could go wrong, what's this, what's that, what if this happens, what if that happens. And you will not grow from your comfort zone. You're not going to grow. And some of the greatest accomplishments and greatest successes are that they're rare because most people don't like being uncomfortable. They're not good with it. They want to stay in their comfort zone. And in order to grow, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Okay. And I've quoted this before, but I find this quote amazing. So I'm going to read it word for word here. Success is never certain. Okay. It never comes without risk. The successful people in life that go on to do great things know this. They embrace this. They'd rather shoot for the target and miss instead of not aiming for the target at all. They didn't succeed because they were certain they were going to. They succeeded because they didn't let uncertainty stop them. They did it anyway. They ignored the doubts and kept pushing forward. The more you try to stay in your comfort zone, the more uncomfortable you will become tomorrow. And that's a really great quote, right? Like, I wish I could remember when this happened for me, when I read this, so I can actually give that credit to this book. But it was just a very good quote. And one of the things I remind my students a lot of is to not focus on what if this and what if that and what if I get on the phone and I don't know this, because a lot of the things that you're worrying about probably will not happen. And if they do, it's a good learning experience anyway. Instead, focus on what if this work out? What if I made this call and this seller was the one that answered and this is the game changer? This is the one that changes my life. This is the one where I make 10, 15, 20, $50,000 on a deal. This is my first deal. I get to see how it gets done. I get to grow through this. Even if it's complicated, I prefer it complicated because I have coaches that can help me through it so I can learn, so that when I don't have coaches, I tell them love the complicated deals, because that's when you need the coaches. So why not have it happen when you have them, right? And you can ask questions and focus on the more positive outcomes of what could happen if you were to do this. And if you get on a phone with a seller or a buyer and you don't understand, that's why you have coaches, that you could go back and you can ask questions and you can go through those parts and really understand and learn. And if you make a mistake and if you fail, great, good, because it means you're doing something. It means you're not sitting there living in your fears. I mean, Laura and I have fallen flat on our faces many times in this business. And you know what? We get up and we go, and that's how we are today. But you're going to make mistakes and you're going to get frustrated and you're going to want to quit. And this is when affirmations and mindset really starts its role. And a lot of you are doing a lot of these exercises without even realizing it. I mean, even to a point where you just say, I can do this. That's an affirmation. So when you're like about to do this, I'm going to do this, that's an affirmation right there. Or I'm not going to let this happen to me. I've survived everything else, right? I was talking about this on the workshop last night. I've survived 100% of my bad days. I can survive this. And so you want to do the same thing. And so fear is really just a lack of confidence in yourself. That's all it is. Because if you are completely confident in yourself, you will know that even if you fail, even if you make mistakes, you will make it through it. Even if it's the biggest monetary mistake you've ever made, you will live through it. You will be okay. And that is a confidence that takes time to build. That is a confidence that takes time. But I'm telling you right now, and I shared this last night, the only way you're going to gain confidence is by doing. You could sit in there and listen to every way a conversation with the seller can go. You're going to get on the phone. It's going to be a different way than what you've learned. You can sit in there and try all these different lead sources, but until you go out there and try, you don't know if those leads work. You can sit in there and do all of this stuff with buyers and fix and flips and rentals and worry and how do I prevent them from not paying. But until you go out there, you're not going to learn how to prevent them. You're not going to know what works in your market. You're not going to know all this stuff. You have to get over yourself. You have to get over yourself and you have to move forward. And I am literally called the kick in the ass coach. I literally have students that come up to me when they need a pep talk, like one of those not nice, like move forward pep talks. And I had one came into a set in Orlando, and I've talked about it all week because it was so cute. She walked in, she goes, Liz, I need one of your kick in the ass pep talks right now. And that's fine. Sometimes you need that tough love, but that's the love that's going to make you grow and make you succeed and all of that. So let's keep up with that. And so we're going to talk about affirmations. That is the thing today. I'm actually going to share my morning ritual. A lot of people ask my morning ritual, what do you do? Because the most successful people have the best rituals in the morning. So I will share with you at the end. I'm going to give you some tips on how I built my confidence and all of that. And we're going to talk about it. But the biggest thing is you have to get confident. And how do you do that? It's by talking to yourself. And how do you talk to yourself? And the things that you are saying to yourself and everything like that. Someone's telling me I have a fuzzy sound. Can you guys hear me okay? Someone in my Slack, tell me, because it takes forever. Okay, now there's 2 people. So let me know, team, what's going on and if you can hear me better. Like ASAP, please. Okay, hold on. My sound is awful. That's not good. I wonder what's going on. Because no one's telling anything here. Okay. Not getting better. Gotta live lives. Gotta deal with it right then and there. It's choppy, like it's my internet, not my mic. Great. Hey, I see so many familiar people on Instagram. Hi. It's a little better now. I reset my internet. I've been having internet issues. Worst comes to worst, I will redo this later. It just might not be as good. I'm going to move forward. So I moved my mic closer to me. Let's see if that works. But I'm going to move forward and just let it be. Team, just let me know if it just gets way worse and maybe I just have to redo it later. So where was I? Okay, so gaining confidence and how to gain it. Affirmations are how you're going to do it. I'm telling you right now, affirmations, they trick your mind into matching the energy and attracting more. And you want to become an energetic match to what you are trying to do. And so if you get to that point where you can trick yourself into a belief in a state that the more you say them, the more your confidence is going to grow. I did a live a few weeks ago where I really, really struggled. I really was really frustrated before the live, tech issues, just like now. And I was very honest about it. I told everyone how I felt about it. Thank you, Jimmy. I'm glad it's working better. Um, and thanks, Diana. And so I was really like frustrated. And I get on the live and I said, we're going to just go ahead and do some affirmations right now. And literally, people were commenting how different and how much the affirmations completely changed my vibe, completely changed my vibe and how I was presenting. And they could see the calm happen, even though I was getting into a high vibe state. And so that's what you want to do. And in order to do that, you have to repeat some affirmations that really speak to you. So we are going to start with one way that I do this. I give this to everybody I talk to. You have heard this way, and it's a Post-it that I put everywhere around my house. I have it in my bathroom. I have it on my fridge. I have it in my office, and it says, "Give yourself credit." And I actually learned this from a diet book, and it was to build the confidence in yourself. And it's just those three words. And every time you see this Post-it, no matter what you're doing, no matter the rush, even if you're saying it as you walk out, you say three positive things about yourself. And you can do this anywhere. It could be, I got up and brushed my teeth. I got up and took a shower. I worked out today. I look good today. My hair looks bomb today. I really went out on my makeup today. I made that call. Positive things for you. Positive. I always catch my team when they say even things like, "Oh, that was dumb of me," and I'm like, "Don't say that." And it's things you don't even realize you're saying, that you're convincing your subconscious that you are not worthy. Okay? So, team, I'm just going to keep moving forward. It is what it is as far as my internet. And so we are going to do that and affirmations. So do the Post-its. It does work. I still have it. I've been doing it I started in 2021, and I'm doing that. The other thing is I have the I Am app. I space AM. It's an app to my phone. I have it set on the most amount of notifications it could send you of affirmations, and I read them all the time, even if I just glance. And the reason I thought about it is it just popped up on my phone, and that's why I looked over suddenly, because it popped up and it says affirmations throughout the day. And so this was really helpful for me to kind of remind myself. The other thing is you can set reminders on your phone to go off and remind and stop you. And you could do even silent alarms where it will stop you and remind you of your favorite affirmations. Things like this are really crucial, okay? And they really help shift it. And I see a question in my student group: when did mindset become important to you? I can't tell you the exact moment. I think because Laura had started practicing it, it really helped me. It really helped me throughout my divorce. But I think the official time I saw when it was necessary was when I had the surgery on my hand. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. I have what my son calls a Harry Potter scar. I had cut through two tendons and a nerve, and I just gave up on everything. Depression hit. I was in a lot of pain. It was a $15,000 surgery that I paid out of pocket. Thank you, real estate. I got the best surgeon I could get in South Florida to fix it. He said I had a 70% chance of getting my hand back to normal. Magically enough, I got it to 100%, and I'll show you how during more rituals. And but there was a few weeks there that were a little scary. There was a few weeks there I completely decided to stop my real estate business. Because I was in such a negative state. I didn't want to deal with anyone. I didn't want to care. I didn't care. And I stopped my business. I stopped a lot of other things. And I had to get myself, I knew enough because of Laura throughout the years. When I also spilled boiling water completely down my legs during this time. I got attacked by fire ants. And I knew enough during that time that it had everything to do with what was going on inside of me and my negativity and how I felt. And so I looked at Laura. I remember it was a Sunday night, and I was like, I'm going to start meditating. I'm going to change my life around. I was like, I need to start doing whatever the heck you're saying. All this woohoo stuff that you keep telling me about, I need to do that. And so she's like, great, I'm going to a law of attraction meeting tonight. You should come with me. And I was like, okay. And so I went to the law of attraction meeting, and it was very woo. I was sitting there, I mean, like kumbaya drums and everything. And I was like, this is weird. But one of the things that the guy said was, and I remember to this day, and he said it over and over and over again, was just chill. Right. And he just said it over and over. And he wasn't talking specifically to me, but I think he was in a way. And it was just saying chill. And so that was my affirmation for a very long time. That's also how I got into mindset. That's when I knew that it was a game changer. And I'll tell you why. I started doing my morning mindset ritual on Monday. By Wednesday, my pain had subsided to 95%. And I went into my checkup, and he said that I was probably never going to feel in that thumb again. And he went to run his like pen over it. I felt it. And he was very shocked and also proud of himself. I went into physical therapy, and I got 100% of my motion back. And it was just a very big game changer. That was all I needed to show that what I was doing was exactly what I needed to do. And then my business started booming. My life, I got obviously restarted my business, got back onto track. It took about 6 weeks from start to finish where I was like, what am I doing? Got back into it. And even through, since the last few years, through depression and stuff, because I do suffer from depression and anxiety, this has been what's changed it. This and the affirmations and what I say to myself. I've never let myself fall off the wheel again. I have never let myself fall short in life. And um, even when I have hard days, these are the days that work. Laura, I know you just jumped on. I'll add you in once I'm done here because for Instagram purposes, because it splits our screen. So I wanted to share a little bit about that because I know people suffer from it too. And I know that they think coaches have it all and us in real estate have it all, but really it takes a lot of self talk, and it takes a lot of what we have done to get to where we are. And I'm telling you, even the men that are like super gurus and stuff, it's all how they speak to themselves. They have no doubt in themselves. They show up confident. And even when they feel those doubts, they feel good. You know, they say what they have to say to get them out of that headspace, and they work on their self. It doesn't have to be this big woohoo thing if you don't like the woohoo thing. It could just be how you talk to yourself. So, we are going to talk. I'm going to give you some affirmations. I did have a PDF going out this week. Some of these are from there, so you can check in there. I gave you my top 10 affirmations that I repeat to myself every day. So I'm going to share those. And then I made a list of a few other ones. And then we are going to talk about morning rituals. I'm going to let Laura share her morning ritual as well. For those of you that might love hers a little more, you know, there's different ways of doing this, and you have to find what works for you. So in the PDF, we did under the 5 areas of your life, there is money, love, self-confidence, leveling up, and attracting desires. And I put some under there, but I want to give you my top 10, and then I'm going to go into a bunch of random ones. So we have, I am the luckiest woman in the world. I actually watched a TikTok where she said this and another one, and the other one's on the top 10 too. I'll get to it. And it really does change your thing. Like I say it every single day. And it really has changed. It really has changed for me. I'm so excited to receive money and see what it can do for me. I'm grateful for the opportunities to move into new levels of abundance. I love money and money loves me. The more money I make, the more I'm able to give back. I'm so lucky. Everything works out for me. I am on a winning streak. Money flows to me easily, consistently, and abundantly. I trust the timing of my life, and everything I need is within me. I let go of limiting beliefs and choose to trust myself. And I am a badass manifestation queen. I always try to say that to you guys at least once a week in the daily affirmations we do in the Facebook group because it's so true, right? So some of these are going to be repetitive because I took it, but I'm going to do the affirmations I took some notes on. There's some extra ones in here. So obviously, I'm so lucky. Everything works out for me is my favorite. My work is of high service, and I'm worthy of massive compensation. Thank you, Amanda. I repeat that every day to myself. I am willing to see things differently. This is really big, especially in today's world where everyone feels like their opinion is right and the way they think is right and what they are doing is right. And or they know, like, money wise, that they're not attracting things, and they're like, I want to see things differently. How can I make this better for myself? I'm willing to be brought different perspectives. um I can have everything that I desire. This is something I shared with my students. This is something that has really been a game changer the last few weeks. Is I wake up and feel like every day is going to be a magical day. And no matter how hard it gets, there's magic in every day. And so I say there's magic in the air. Today is going to be a magical day. I am about to receive more money than I can ever imagine. My courses are infused with light and love, and they give the people what they need. They sell quickly, they sell easily. I am on a verge of a major breakthrough. All of the hard work and mindset I've been doing is paying off. My life is drastically changing for the better right now. I am on the right path. Opportunities are presenting themselves to me, and everything I'm working towards is falling into place. Don't worry, you'll get the replay if you want to go back. And so we are going to do that, and those are just a few. Definitely put into the comments which spoke to you the most. If you caught them quick enough, I would love to hear that. Students, you too. I see you. I pulled you guys up this time too. So they're on a different Facebook group, but I would love to know which ones are working for you, which ones you feel are helpful for you. And then I'm going to bring Laura in here. I'm going to talk about my ritual real quick, and then Laura's going to talk about hers. And then we're going to go into the raffle. And then I want to end the live with the statement of gratitude, because that is what gets you to a higher vibe. So go ahead and share with what's working with you. Laura, let me add you in. There she is. Hey.
Hey. Okay. So you want me to go ahead and do that? Oh,
Yeah, well, I'll
sorry.
start
Too many
and then
computers here with that
I'll
thing.
start
Okay.
and then I'll let you go. So the first thing is that what I've noticed is the earlier I wake up, the better my day goes, because I'm not rushed and I give myself that time and that freedom to work on myself. I spend on average 2 to 3 hours a day in the morning working on my mindset and setting my entire day up for success. As you know, I run 3 successful businesses. I am opening up 4 and 5 this year. I am getting into fix and flip, and I'm going to be buying a minimum of 10 rentals this year. Those are different businesses because they require different things. So we are really moving fast, and I need to make sure that I am set up for success. I've also noticed that when I do my mindset, I'm a better person throughout the day, and I handle things and stresses very well. So I first start up as I get up immediately and I get into, like, I get dressed, not fully. I get into more like workout lounge clothes and I go to my couch. I actually leave my bedroom and go straight to my couch. And what I do there is I sit down and I read books, or right now I'm in a course for mindset and life changing. And so I do that every single morning. And I make sure I do that every single morning. That is I will say that's my most important ritual, is reading and feeding my mind with new things. So I'm going to give you a couple books ideas for you to start off with, and Laura can give her own. These are books that have literally changed my life. These are like books. Laura, can you turn your volume down? I feel like there's an echo. I don't know what's going on. Um, so I'm gonna start with the book that made me become a coach. Okay. So the book that made me become a coach is The Girl Code by Kara Alwell. It does say Leba, but she got divorced. I'm also in her program. I'm in multiple programs, but I'm in hers. I just joined days ago. And she is a game changer. She has a ton of books that are on my shelf that you can't see right now that are behind me. She is a game changer here. And she is really, really, I just can't say enough about her. So this is Girl Code. This is the very first mindset book I ever read. And it will always probably be my favorite book besides this one. Everyone knows I love Amanda Frances rich as fuck, okay? So I also joined her mastermind this year because I'm leveling up, and I knew that mindset was going to be something incredibly crucial for me to succeed. So I joined it, but I did this book for over a year and a half, and I talk about it during Money Week, where I literally quadrupled my income in 2022 and quadrupled a lot more than just that. Like, it's a long story, but anyway, this was the book that took it to the next level for me. And she's amazing. I credit all my money affirmations, my lives, everything I say came from her. Okay. Then another thing that was a really game changing book, and we talked about this on Monday, is Atomic Habits during our mindset call by James Clear. This talks about how making those habits attractive and what you want to do and how to like set yourself up for success. And then last but not least, this is the newest book I read. This was in I started reading this year, finished it to have like 7 million tabs of everything I loved. Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziosi. I was incredibly blessed to be able to meet him. And it was phenomenal to sit in the audience as he taught. And in 1 hour, he had made everybody feel like they can go off and be billionaires. That's how powerful he is. And billionaires, that's another couple zeros. It's doable. And he was just so good. Hey, Diana, me too. I'm in that. Um, So I do that. So I read and then immediately I go into my gratitude journals. I did a live on this yesterday, so I'm not going to go super deep in this in the Facebook group, but these are my gratitude journals. So I write all day, every day, throughout the day, but here is the gratitude journals that I personally use. One of my coaches gave me this one. I got it on New Year's Eve, one, and I fill this out, and then I have one that's blank and to do it all. This one has a little more prompts. It's called The Gratitude Journal. You can get it on Facebook for those of you that are new. But what gratitude does is it puts you into a state of abundance and a state of calm and being grateful for what you have now while you attract more. After that, what I do is then I sit into a meditation. This I don't do every day, it's more as needed. Some people recommend doing it every day. I definitely, when I was healing from that surgery I told you guys about, but that was really the time to kind of reset. You can visualize at the same time. I told you for those of you that have been following a while, I visualized and manifested the house that I'm in when I was in the worst moments of my life. I visualized my success. So I have that. And then I go into affirmations. So I've done affirmations, and if you're going to start with one thing, that's the one I recommend starting for personally, because you have to build this confidence in yourself. And in order for you to build this confidence in yourself, you have to talk to yourself in a positive manner and in an empowering manner. So, yep. So, affirmations. The other thing is I do it in the mirror sometimes on really rough days where I'm feeling down, and I talk to myself in the mirror. It's called Mirror Talk. I learned this from Serena. I can't pronounce her last name, and she's so funny because she'll share it on the on videos. But it's like just talking to yourself and saying the affirmations to yourself, and it causes a lot of tears for some people, but it works. It makes you feel good, and it makes you show that you do not treat yourself the way you should. And so it's a very good stuff. That is my ritual every morning. It takes 3 hours, and I swear your day has more than 24 hours in it though. And I wish it did. I need more than 24, but that's what I do. And it's worked. And even I do it with my son. I shared in the student group that I do this with my son. And I took a video that he didn't know I was taking, and I showed them how we practice gratitude on the way to school every day. And then I had him go into his affirmations. And when he started slowing down, I shared I started helping him. I could see like a smile on his face during it. And then I was sharing how it changed his life. Like even how teachers noticed the way he talks to himself, the confidence he has in himself. We started it halfway through the year, and I got feedback. So when I tell you this works for everybody, it even works for men, it works for kids, everybody. Laura, your turn. Your morning rituals.
Yeah, you told me to turn the volume down, so okay. So one of the things I want to put the premise on is that things as you evolve in your journey as a person, spiritual journey, and so forth, you're going to have changes too, right? You're going to what you start with in the morning ritual. In the beginning, you go through the motions of doing it. Then it becomes more of a way of life, and then it's something that you really do all day long. Okay, so to me, it starts as a morning ritual, but then it evolves during the day. So what do I mean by that? So there's 6 things that are really, I think, fundamentals in the morning ritual, and I'm sure Liz talked about it. Is meditation, visualization, journaling, affirmation, and exercises, and then reading, right? In any order you want to do them, there's not really important. Now I do multitask some of these things, like for example, as I go out for walks, I listen to a podcast or an audiobook, and a lot of times I will stop in a park bench, and that's where I do my meditation. Or sometimes I bring my journal. I have what I call a writing box. It's there next to me, where I have journals, I have pens, I have watercolors. I make it fun for me, and the kids make fun of me because I have actually a fanny pack, because I put my stuff in the fanny pack. I'll put my earphones, I put my journals, I put my pens. And so when I go for my walks, I actually do all of this at the same time. So that's how it works for me. Now, also throughout the day, that's when I do my affirmation. It's not something necessarily I do it in the morning because I'm doing the journaling, I'm doing the reading, I'm already in the high vibe, and also I do my meditation. But then throughout the day, I take this mini meditation, maybe take off for 3 minutes and really reset yourself, recenter yourself, right? I will write something down. I have a drawer here in my desk actually, where I have, it's kind of my mindset drawer, right? For example, I have this book right here, You're a Badass Every Day, which is full of affirmations. One of the books that one of my daughters, Hannah, gave me for Christmas is The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success, Deepak Chopra. It's a short book, and I've read it several times. I have my affirmation cards in here. I have other cards like these ones here, money and the law of attraction card. So I have tools, and this is one of the things you want to do. You want to have, I have a book of meditations. You want to have tools here that are at your disposal easily. Because when I end up having, like everybody else, you have moments that you feel discouraged, that you feel down, you have moments of negativity, and that's okay, it's normal. But you need to have tools at your disposal that you can go to. Like, if you get hurt and you have a first aid kit, right? I know I have a first aid kit in my car. I have it in the house. I have it on my boat. I have first aid kits everywhere because if something happens, I want to be able to take care of it. So that's the same thing you need to do. When your mind starts going down that path, instead of staying there, you need to have your first aid kit, which could be any of these tools I just shared with you. And I have honestly a full drawer of them. I also have a Zen garden in here. I also have a Buddha board where you draw, and the Buddha board is about letting your thoughts go away, right? So you draw with water, and it stays for only 5 minutes, and then it goes away. So anything, any doubts or fears, you put it on the Buddha board, and then it just goes away. So have tools at your disposal that helps you to pivot away from negativity. Okay. So that's one of the things I do. So for me, is a way of living. It's not just anymore something I do in the morning. It's something I do all day long, up to the moment I fall asleep. Because then when I sleep, before I go to sleep, I go into the sober thing. And I don't know if any of you have heard the Silva method, which is basically visualizing as you fall asleep, and that will impact your dreams and how you get up in the morning. And so to me, it's a whole day long. It's a way of life. It's how I live my life. And like I said, having these tools at your disposal when you're going to that negativity is crucial, as much as in a first aid kit. The other thing I want to mention is this, is that when something happens in your life, okay, anything that is negative or anything that you might perceive as negative, it's really not negative. It's something that it draws your attention to something else, to something different. I was listening to a podcast this morning, and the actor Matthew McConaughey, right? He was in the podcast, and And he was saying something about the effect that, if something happens in a life that's perceived as negative, it's not necessarily negative. It wants you to draw your attention to something else. Okay. So that's why I always say that you have to live in a place of awareness. Be aware of what is going on around you. You heard about living in the moment, right? Living in the present. Is because you have to be aware of what you are right now. Be aware of it, then take a step back, say, okay, what's going on here? And then you take inspired action. Ask the universe, ask God, meditate, pray, whatever it is. That that's why another book I like is The Universe Got Your Back. I love Gabrielle Bernstein. That's one of my favorite authors. I know Liz shared some of hers, but she has this book called Universe Got Your Back. So you're not alone in this journey. Okay, you're not alone in this. But what you need to do is to get extra clear about what you want. I mean, extra clear, down to the details. Because if you sit there and you say, I want something different, I want to quit my job, I want to have a lot of money, I want to travel. Yeah, okay, fine. But how does it exactly look like? If you travel, how you want to get travel? What do you want to do? What do you want to go see, right? I have bucket list of places I want to go. I'm already planning into next year. We pretty much filled out next year. I have to go into 2025 of things that I'm going to do and how I'm going to travel, right? So you have to be very clear about what you want if you wanted something different in your life. And then you ask, it's not going to happen for you just to sit there and it's going to fall in your lap. You have to ask for guidance. You have to ask for help. You have to open up yourself to saying, you know what? Okay, how do I get that? Inspire me to take the right inspire action. So that's how I view things. That's how I work through my morning rituals and daily rituals. Yeah, and like I said, I don't know. I know Liz covered a lot, but hopefully I added some to it. Liz, you're muted.
I said, "Oh yeah, they loved it. Apparently, a lot of them watch our pod or listen to our podcast, so that's good to know. It's not going to waste there." Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to do a raffle, and then I want to end the live with the statement of gratitude. So let's do the raffle first. So this is our beautiful raffle. I got this. Actually, my sister sent this to me and said you should raffle this off, and I said, "Hey, I have a mindset week coming up." Now, I'm going to show this, but I have it in person, so I'm going to remove it again. And I'm going to show you how big this thing is because I was like, why is this $70, right? Because I had it shipped to me. This thing is massive. I shared it this week. But this thing is literally this. I could fit my whole head behind it. Like this thing is a big book, and it will helps you design your journal and ritual guidebook. Okay. So it has all kinds of stuff in there. I haven't opened it, so I'm not going to go through it because I want the person to get it to have it like brand new, not touched, especially because I believe in energies and stuff. So this is for you. The other thing though is I've been saying all week that that's great, and I'm sending this, but I had it shipped me so that I can throw some extra goodies in there on my own, and so you this winter will get this and some surprise goodies that I have had placed aside all week. So I'm really excited about it. I'm probably going to order one for myself when they come out with the color that they're out of stock in. And yeah, super excited. So I have that winner here. So we're going to announce her. And how this works is how do you get entered into the raffles? You have to join our Facebook group and fill out the questions for those of you that are not in the Facebook group for REIW. And you could comment. Students, everybody's welcome. A lot of you are in that group. The rest of you join and just comment away, create a community, and you'll get entered into the raffle. And you can, whoever comments the most is the person that gets this in that group. And then we do raffles for the students too, but I also allow them to win these, and they have in the past. So students get like double the raffles. It's kind of cool when they win. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're going to get that. Now, we do not tag this person. The requirement is they have to show up. They just have to show up and watch it. They have a week to claim it by the next live, and then I'll get this shipped out as soon as I get your address. So Amanda will put her email into the chat for this winner, and you can email Amanda and claim your prize. All right. I do not know if she's on today, but that's okay. We will see. So the winner is, hold on, I'm going back to my chat with Amanda because she sent it to me this morning, is Susan Tucker. So Susan has been on Mindset this week, last night's workshop too. So you have been in the zone and the vibe. So congratulations. We are so excited. I can't wait to get that to you and all the extra goodies and all of that. Whether I win or not, I'm a winner to be here and learn from the both of you. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Okay. Let's go into and end this with some gratitude. Again, we do not tag, remember? So please don't tag. I know that seems like really weird, but this is, this is how we run this live, okay? So I'm going to remove that one. And she will come on and watch. I have no doubt, though, that she's going to. She's been very, very active on everything. So I'm super excited for her. Okay. Let's move into our end of gratitude here. Okay. So let's end this live. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths. And I wrote some of this out, but I'm also going to say some from just the heart. And what I do is I end every time, like my mindset session, and even throughout the day, I end with a statement of gratitude. So, God, universe, whatever you believe in, thank you for abundantly blessing me with everything that I have in my life so far. Thank you for being there for me and for always showing up for me when I need you most. Thank you for allowing me to be here in this moment right now. And thank you for always helping me reach my desires and goals. Thank you for providing me with the life that I live, the life that I have, the people that love and support me, the family and friends that are there for me, for giving me tools within me to make my dreams come true. I do know that it's within me, and I thank you for providing that. I know I was born for a purpose, and I am always excited to show that to the world. I have a purpose. I am enough. I am loved. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's how I wanted to end that. I hope that this talks helps you out. Definitely go back and listen to it. I went through the affirmations pretty fast because I wanted to make sure that we could get to the rest of the live. And Laura, do you want to talk about the upcoming workshop we have?
Yes, so we have one upcoming workshop. It will be the last one for a while because Liz and I will be traveling, and then we have other things going on. So it's on March 15th, which is next week on Wednesday evening. So are you posting the link, Liz?
Amanda is, yeah.
Yeah, so you're posting the link. And this is, like I said, the last workshop that we're going to be hosting for a while that goes into the three main strategies of real estate investing, which is buy and hold, wholesaling, and fix and flip. We have some really exciting things within our coaching community. We have introduced a new coach, or two new coaches, actually. One of them, she deals with short-term rentals and Airbnb. She used to be one of our students. Now she owns over 50 Airbnbs. And she's a young lady. She's Elizabeth's age. Another one is she actually was, still is, one of my agents, and she's my boots on the ground, but she's a real estate broker / investor. So she's bringing a different perspective on how to be a licensed agent and an investor. So that a lot of you, I know, are wondering about. I've been a licensed agent for myself for 20 years. I'm not licensed presently, but she's licensed, and also she negotiates pre-foreclosures and short sales. And she's done that for me for many years. So we have some exciting people in the community that are adding value. And then we have Jimmy and Patricia, who actually I talked to them yesterday, and they're going to share something amazing with the students. And they're going to share how they use wholesaling to pay off all their rentals in less than 3 years. They own a portfolio right now of 9 rental property, cash flow and over $1,000 a month each, and they have no mortgages on them. And they did it all in less than 3 years of wholesaling. So Liz, I talked to them yesterday, and I told them, this is a hot topic. You guys need to teach it at the retreat. And they will be teaching at the retreat at the VIP luncheon and also with the students. So we have exciting things in the community that I would love for you to be part of. So we have the event next March 15th, but also, Amanda, if you do want to post a link for you guys to schedule the call with one of our business development managers, we can see how you can get part of the community, because we have a kickoff call for the next cycle of students on March 16th, which is next week. And it will be the last kickoff call for quite a few weeks. So if by then you could have closed the deal by the time the next kickoff call comes around. So definitely, I think you need to consider to see how you can become part of the community and leverage all this knowledge and wisdom that we have with all the coaches.
Great. Well, this was a very powerful live, tons of comments, tons of views, even just while live. So I definitely can see where people are interested in. And I find it funny that a lot of the times it's not real estate where you're struggling, it's your own self. And so these tend to be our most popular lives. So I wanted to do that. Susan, I'm excited to get you this journal. I cannot wait. I also get to see you in New York. So that's pretty cool. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We are going to jump off here, head to our next meeting. Have a wonderful day.
Okay. Bye, everybody.